It's like bringing JJ Okocha to captain the Nigerians in just like, let's assume we were qualified to play in the Qatar 2022 in the World Cup. It's like bringing in Bash Ali to go box Anthony Joshua. Mayweather. It's not going to even happen. No one is going to sanction that kind of fight. Now Buhari has passed his prime. Man is just holding on to dear life. So I mean, there's a little to which he can do, and I can excuse him for that. Now, Showore, you came. One thing Showore should also understand is that Showore owes Nigerians a moral responsibility of showing remorse and apologizing to the generality of Nigerians for leading, in his words, leading the media campaign that brought in this administration. Yes. In his very words, he said he led the media campaign, or the media movement that brought in this administration. You first. Nigerians looked at you like a young person, a youth that we should queue behind and follow. And then you misled us regardless. You did. You misled the Nigerian youth. Yes, everybody makes mistakes. You're not God. I don't even think Buhari even knew that his administration is likely going to be arguably a fiasco as it is right now. I don't think so. He didn't know. He didn't. You also, maybe possibly, you didn't know that it is going to be this bad. And then you have found yourself in this whole mess that you have seen yourself. All you need to do is just tell Nigerians, look, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for having brought you or sold this administration to you. Please, I take my word back. Can you queue behind me? Let's see how we can salvage the situation. And then we are very forgiving people. We'll forgive you. But don't sweep things under the carpet and make it look like everything is so good and then sugarcoat reality and then serve it to us again. That's wrong. It's morally wrong. You can't do that. Because I don't believe that the cumulative memory space of 200 million Nigerians is not up to 1 gig. I don't believe so. We shouldn't be soon to forget. We're not having collective amnesia. No, we will always remember. I will remember. Now, Showore, first of all, you're not a youth. You're not.
Wow.
Yes, you're not a youth. You're over 50. You're not a youth. Yeah, you may be young, but you're not a youth. I believe that the standard for measuring or for determining what youth is from the NYSC, like the National Youth Service Corps, which is the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, spells to you that every Nigerian, when you are 30 and above, you can get an exemption certificate. It also tells you, maybe it is encrypting it in codes, telling you that when you are 30, you can exempt yourself from youthful activities. What are youthful activities? Staying in a regimented place, going to queue behind for food, going for march past, doing jumping the ropes, going for endurance treks, and all of that. Those are exercises that are associated with young people. And moreover, the camp commandant is likely going to be a captain who is not going to be up to 30 or at most 30 years old. So if you're over 30, why should you be taking orders from someone who's older than you? This is Nigeria. So it will be, you are advised to take an exemption. It means that when you are 30, Nigeria is telling you that you're no longer a youth, you are a pa. So if you even manage up to 35, you are a youth in the fast lane of retirement. You're sliding fast into retirement. At 40, you shouldn't be calling yourself a youth again. So at 50, I don't know what you are. Shaw is no longer a youth. He's retired. And everybody can retire. Tyson Fury is now retired as a boxer. Everybody should retire, you know. And then 8 other people. Now the youth could not actually field in a candidate. But we see someone whose ideas, we see someone whose principles, whose track record reminds us of the fact that we can actually have hope at the end of the dark tunnel. Why wouldn't they queue behind that kind of person? I'm sure, for God's sake, it is not a time to vent anger and jealousy. Because I believe, in my opinion, I think he thinks this show is supposed to be his. Sure, in fairness to him, he has worked hard. He has been taken from prison to prison, court to court, incarcerated, abused, and politically violated, just in his quest to achieve good governance in Nigeria and always speaking the truth. So he believes that he is more entitled to the glory and the street fame that Peter Obi is having right now. It's supposed to be accorded him instead of Peter. So I can understand his anger. I can understand his venom at the moment. But truth is, he should be the one to join Peter, not Peter joining him. Politically, Peter is the A side. He is an activist. Yes. Shaw has not been tested through the fires and deep waters of power.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what power is. He doesn't know how to wield self-control. When you have power, being an executive governor of a state is a big deal.
Especially
if you can still, if you can still have some arguable level of morality when you are an executive governor, and you can still wrap or find a way around executing some kind of prudence, especially financial prudence, it's worthy of every form of commendation you can ever talk about. Shaw has never been sworn in as governor. He doesn't know what executive powers mean. He doesn't understand what it means. So until then, you shouldn't be mudslinging people. I love him like a brother. I appreciate him, but I think it is bad politics for him to make a video to discredit Peter Obi. That's the truth.
Right now, to be very honest, where in your own opinion do you see Omoyele Sowore?
Every generation should have people who stand up to speak, should have, bold faces, who stand up, revolutionary personalities like Sowore. And then we have him. If the Nigerian people have him in their arsenal, in their armory, it's fine. Sowore is fearless. He will always speak the truth regardless of whose ox is God. But I don't see Sowore. I don't understand. I mean, Sowore winning these elections is as impossible as the Queen of England being a man.
It's that impossible?
It's as impossible as the Queen of England being a man. I kid you not. So when he talks about structures, what do you talk about structures? Structure is a human being. Structure is a human being. All you need to have are human beings with like minds strategically positioned, uncompromisingly positioned in all the places, in all the local governments, all the wards, all the units in this country, and then you're going to sail smooth to victory. That is structure. And because the love is not genuine, the love is not sincere, most of the times you oil this structure with money. So that's why it's a little difficult. They say, oh, you don't have structure, you don't have structure. If you have people who love you genuinely, that is enough structure.
Structure.
Structure is the human being. And for God's sake, Peter Obi, with all due respect to the Labour Party, has breathed life into a political party that I could liken to a political dry bone that has now come to life. Peter Obi has breathed life to Labour Party, and now it's now a living soul, a politically living soul, and they should run with it.